welcome back to my channel. I did a poll on Instagram and on my community tab on YouTube, and I asked you guys if you guys wanted me to talk about my favorite YouTubers and podcasts that I listen to. And as of right now, there were 526 votes, and 72% of you said yes, you do want to see and hear more about my favorite YouTubers and podcasts. So that is what I'm going to be sharing with you guys today. I'm also going to be asking you guys kind of an important question at the end, so make sure you stay tuned to the end for that. If you want to hear about who my favorite YouTubers are and my favorite podcasts, then stay tuned. So one thing I think is really ironic about YouTube, especially if you are a YouTuber like I am, the more I am making videos for my own channel, unfortunately, the less I get to watch as many channels as I want. So there are more channels that I watch and way more channels that I subscribe to, but I really tried to focus on the channels that I watch the most or that I get the most excited about when I see that they have a new video. That's what I really kind of based this list on. But these 6 channels are the ones that I watch the most and am more dedicated to, like, making sure I don't miss one, if that makes sense. So the first one, you guys, I've talked about her before, is Kim from The Wads is the name of her channel. Her last name's Wadsworth. I'm sure you know who she is because her channel has grown like crazy in the last year. We actually did a collaboration together last spring when she had less subscribers than me, and now she has surpassed me by about 30,000 or 40,000. So I'm really proud of her, but her channel is she is so funny, which makes her channel just such a bright spot on the internet, because anything she talks about, I don't care if she's talking about trash bags, she makes everything funny. And I love her kind of snarky, sarcastic sense of humor. She's just really, really funny. And I'm so glad that she reached out to me back in the spring of last year to collab together, because I had never heard of her. I hadn't seen her channel, and a couple people commented and said, "Oh, Kim from The Wads talked about you today in her video." And I was like, who is she? I went to her channel, found her, love her, and I'm still watching her a year later. So she does lots of shop with me videos, she does haul videos, she'll do the occasional cleaning or organizational video. She's just now announced that she's pregnant with her 4th child, so I'm sure she's going to have lots of pregnancy videos. So I just really suggest to you guys, if you don't know who she is and you need a little bit more life and joy and happiness in your day, definitely check out her channel, The Wads. Also, Ashley from Till Vacuum Do Us Part. I know a lot of you guys probably already know everybody on this list, but I really love her videos. She also homeschools like we do. She's got a 3rd grader like I do, and she's a Christian like I am, so I just really relate to her, and I really love just watching her cleaning videos especially, but I love her vlogs because I don't know, she's just so down to earth and relatable and low key, and I just love that about her. So if you need cleaning motivation, her cleaning videos are amazing. And if you just want to kind of get a peek into her daily life with, you know, being a homeschooling mom and now a working mom, because her YouTube channel is her job, definitely check out her channel, Till Vacuum Do Us Part. I know you guys will love her. A newer channel that I found probably 6 months ago is Amy Darley. Again, she blows it out of the water with her cleaning videos. I love her Georgia accent. It's so cute. And I just really love watching her cleaning videos. Her house is so beautiful, and she's so motivational and inspirational. Like, I was totally not even going to reorganize my kitchen. I was on the treadmill one day watching one of her videos, and I instantly, like, as soon as I got done, I ran downstairs and started shifting things around in a cabinet because I had watched her declutter video, and it turned into, you know, reorganizing my pantry, which I actually shared with you guys in a video. I'll link it for you. But that's all because of watching her cleaning video. Like, she just got me to get so motivated to go downstairs and tackle my pantry, and I did it, and it's beautiful, and I love it. So I have Amy Darley to thank for that, so definitely check out her channel. Okay, my next channel that I love is Grace and Grit. Her name is Ashley. They are a homeschooling family of 4. She's also a personal trainer, so I love anytime she shares fitness tips and workout tips and things like that. Really motivational how she manages to do her personal training business, run her YouTube channel, and homeschool 4 kids. I just think she's so motivational, and I just love the way she talks. I don't know, there's something about the way she talks that is just so neat to me. I don't know what it is. I just love hearing her talk about pretty much anything, so definitely check out her channel. Also, Tyler Travels TV and Jessica Braun. I'm going to kind of lump them together because they're married. Jessica Braun, her channel used to be Jam Beauty 89, which was all makeup focused for the most part, and then she's transformed into a couple different topics now. still mostly beauty, but she'll do vlogs, and then they do travel vlogs, which go on her husband Tyler's channel, and they do lots of Disney vacations. They just had a baby about, what is she, like almost a year now, I think, maybe? So it's been really fun to see them take their Disney trips with their baby now, because I'm used to seeing them at Disney with just the two of them, and it's just a whole different dynamic, and it's so amazing to watch. They are so funny. And I love them also because my daughter, my teenage daughter, is really interested in watching their videos now, because I talked about them for years, and every time I would say Jessica and Tyler, she'd kind of go, and then now that she watches them, she gets it. Like, they're so relatable and down to earth, and you really feel like you know them. Anytime that I've messaged Tyler about anything, he's always answered me back, which is a very rare thing. And I just love them, and I love their channel. So if you like beauty, if you like travel related videos, if you like family vlogs, then you will definitely love both of their channels. I'm going to link everybody down in the description box, by the way. Why do I keep doing this? Like the claw hand. Anyway, the last one that I really recommend that you check out if you're a Disney fan, if you're planning a Disney trip, or you just like to hear about Disney, is Disney Food Blog. The channel is actually called DFB Guide, but if you're a Disney lover, it is your like one-stop shop for all things Disney. They talk about food, the dining plan, tips and tricks. Anything Disney related is on their channel, and you will love it, so definitely check out their channel. I'm trying to talk fast because I don't want this video to be really long. Fitness channels, I'm just going to kind of briefly go through those. Sydney Cummings, #1 top favorite channel. I did Fitness Blenders videos for years. I still love them. I still think their videos are great. But there's something about Sydney Cummings that just makes me so motivated. I love her training style. I don't get bored with her. She does a video every single day of the week. A brand new workout video every single day. Of course, it's free because it's on YouTube. And she's just so sweet. I've talked to her a couple times through Instagram. She always answers me back. And I just love her. I love her personality, and she is motivating and inspirational. So definitely check out Sydney Cummings. Also, Shelly Dose, a great channel. Really great workouts on there. Of course, Fitness Blender, I love their videos as well. They have tons of videos, and I've used them for years as well, but I really feel like that if I was comparing the two channels between Fitness Blender and Sydney Cummings, I feel like there's more variety on Sydney's channel. I feel like with Fitness Blender, a lot of the moves were kind of the same moves over and over. Sydney keeps it fresh and different, so I love that. But Fitness Blender is still a really good channel. And then also Natasha Ocean, I think that's how you pronounce it. I just recently found her channel about 6 months ago. She doesn't do as many workout videos. She talks mostly about the science behind eating and the science behind working out. And I just find her really inspirational and motivational and encouraging and educating. She's very, very educated on what she talks about. So definitely check out those channels for workout videos and fitness related advice. Family channels are things that we like to watch together, which is a rare thing because, you know, on YouTube there's a lot of content out there that's not appropriate. But we definitely love Mariah Elizabeth. She's a girl in her 20s that does squishy videos and craft videos, so we love her. Dude Perfect is, if you guys don't know who they are, they're like, I think they're the biggest YouTube channel in the United States. At least they were last time I checked. But they do all these like trick shot videos, and they have like a funny, like kind of like a game show that they do called Overtime. It's just a really, really funny show, and it's clean family entertainment. They also have a show on Nickelodeon, so definitely check out their channel. And then also J Stu Studios and more J Stu. They have two channels that are really similar. They just do lots of silly little things, like they went and bought all of the piñatas at Walmart and hung them up in their house, or they'll go buy all the balloons at Dollar Tree and they filled up an entire room with them. They just do really funny stuff, and it's just clean entertainment that I think is funny. The girls think it's funny. My husband enjoys it, and we all like to watch it together. So highly recommend those channels. Okay, on to the podcast. I don't have as many of those. The first one and my favorite one is Marriage Today with Jimmy and Karen Evans. They are a Christian-based marriage topic podcast. Every time I listen to one of their podcasts, something sticks with me. Either something that we've gone through as a couple or something that I'm dealing with as a wife and a woman. Like every single time, there has not been a single podcast that I've listened to of theirs that I have not gotten something from. So I highly recommend their podcast. He also has books, but if you don't have time to read a book and you just kind of want little snippets here and there, the podcast is great. Also, Redefining Balance for Working Moms is a great podcast if you are a working mom, whether you're working at home or you're working outside the home and you're really struggling with balance and prioritizing your time and family issues. It's a great podcast. Also, Chalene Johnson, Build Your Tribe, if you are an entrepreneur or you want to start a YouTube channel or a blog or you're really interested in starting a business. Chalene is really good at motivating you. That's why she was such a good and is such a good Beachbody fitness coach, because she is so motivational. I just like listening to her, even if what she's talking about doesn't pertain to me. I think you can hear her drive and her motivation and her wisdom in whatever she's talking about, and that inspires me in whatever way it relates to me, if that makes sense. Okay, so speaking of podcasts, you guys probably don't know this about me. I don't think I've ever said it. I may have talked about it one time. I have always wanted to write a book. Ever since I was a kid, I would write books and think I was going to get them published, and they were the most amazing thing ever. Even recently, I've thought about writing a book. I've really been thinking about writing a women's devotional book, like for moms. I haven't had the time to do it, so I haven't done it. But I haven't even had the time to research like how to get a book published on your own. Like I haven't even gotten that far. But I've also been thinking recently about podcasts, because I do listen to podcasts. I think they're great, and I see the value of a podcast and a YouTube channel. I don't want to give up my YouTube channel. I don't plan to stop making YouTube videos, but I'm just curious if there's a way to fit a podcast into my life. And if I did, would you guys listen to it? So that's just me personally. Like, I think a YouTube channel and or a podcast is a great creative outlet, especially stay-at-home moms who may not get out as much as they want. They may not have a hobby like they used to have. I think it's a great option. But also, I know a lot of you guys have told me that you wanted to start a YouTube channel, but you're really intimidated about being on camera, which I totally get that. Like, I could never talk like this in front of a room of people. But as long as it's just me and my camera, it's okay. But a lot of you guys have even said no. Like, I don't even want to be on camera. I don't want to like look at myself or hear my voice. I totally understand that. So a podcast may be a better option for you than starting a YouTube channel. The thing is, there's a lot less competition with podcasts than there is with YouTube channels. There are millions of YouTube channels and they're popping up every single day. There are a lot less podcasts out there. Another good thing about a podcast versus a YouTube channel is people can listen a lot more passively than they might be able to with a YouTube channel. Like, there's a lot of YouTube channels you can listen to what they're saying, or you can listen to one of my videos while you clean. But some things you need to see. And with a podcast, you don't have to worry about that. You can listen to it while you're driving, or while you're working out, or taking a bath, or going to sleep. There's a lot more options for just listening to a podcast versus watching a video. And theoretically, there's also a lot less work with a podcast, because you don't have to have a lot of fancy equipment. You don't have to have fancy lights, and you don't have to have a nice camera, and you don't have to have a pretty room to sit in with a nice backdrop. You don't have to wear makeup. You don't have to wear clothes. You can just be in your pajamas. And nobody's going to know on a podcast versus a YouTube channel or a YouTube video. They're going to be like, wow, Becky's wearing her pajamas and no makeup in her video today. What's up with that? It's just a lot easier to start a podcast like right off the bat, without having to have any prep work and getting ready and a camera and lights and all that stuff. So that's another thing that's great about a podcast. You can also record your podcast with GarageBand, or I think there's a program that's free on a PC, but I have an Apple. I think a lot of people have Macs. And GarageBand already comes on your computer and it's free, so you don't even have to buy any special audio recording software. Another thing that would be really beneficial for me for a podcast is I don't show my kids on my videos. You guys know that. But I want to. I want to incorporate them. I just don't show them. So I thought maybe a podcast would be a great way to incorporate them, because it's just their voices. And I could have them, be on the podcast with different topics and kind of weighing in on different things. Where I couldn't do that as easily on my YouTube channel. I actually found a website called Buzzsprout. It is a website that allows you to upload up to 3 hours of podcast time for only $12 a month. And the great thing about it for me that really, really resonated with me was Buzzsprout is a Christian company. That is something that you don't hear very often, but Buzzsprout is a Christian company. And I think knowing that going into it really makes me feel a lot better, because I feel like that they are going to be better to me and treat me better than maybe a company who is not a Christian company. Not that Christians are perfect, but you know what I mean. Like, their faith has a lot to do with their business, and I think that's really important. So the good thing is there's no risk to cancel with Buzzsprout. So if I were to start a podcast, or you were to start a podcast, and you decided after a couple months it wasn't for you, then you could cancel at any time. And I'm not terribly techie. Everything I learned about YouTube, I had to learn from either watching YouTube videos or taking free classes at the library. Like, when I first started, I didn't even know how to edit. I had to take a class in a library with a bunch of old people to learn how to use iMovie because I didn't know how. And like all that stuff I had to teach myself. But the good thing about Buzzsprout is they actually have a podcast 101 section of their website that shows you, walks you step by step through how to start a podcast, how to make an outline, how to make the audio, how to upload it to Buzzsprout. All of the steps you're going to need to make to start your podcast, they have that all on their podcast 101 section, which is amazing because that would have been so invaluable to me when I started YouTube. If I'd have had that as a resource, that would have saved me hours and hours and hours of research and watching videos and taking classes and trying to figure out how to do it. That's why I really wanted to talk to you guys about this, to find out if it's something that you're really interested in me doing, and to get you guys thinking about the fact that maybe starting your own podcast could be such a great thing for you, and maybe you've thought about it or you wanted to find some kind of creative outlet. This is the perfect opportunity for you. Just like my YouTube channel story, you never know where maybe starting a podcast could go for you. It could turn into another source of income. But even if it didn't, it could just be this creative, amazing experience that you have that connects you to other people and maybe fulfills you in a way that you didn't even know you needed. So if you've ever wanted to do something creative or find something new to do where you can share with others, this is a perfect time to start your own podcast with Buzzsprout. The good thing about starting out with Buzzsprout, if you're like me and you're thinking about starting something new like YouTube, like I don't want to pay any money for anything, which is why I still have the same camera that I've always had. And YouTube is free to sign up. But with Buzzsprout, you don't have to pay any money up to 2 hours a month. So you can make up to 2 hours of podcast recordings and it won't cost you a single penny to use Buzzsprout. 3 hours is $12 and it goes on from there in increments. But I mean, for free, you can do 2 hours, and that's a lot of time you can do each month to be able to start a podcast, kind of get your feet wet, see if you like it, what would you talk about, build a following, and then you can decide, yeah, I'd like to upgrade because I want to have more podcast time each month. I want to do one every week, so I'm going to need, the $12 plan or on from there. The good thing is if you do sign up for the paid Buzzsprout subscription, then you get a $20 gift card after having your subscription for 2 months. So if you got the $12 a month plan and you had it for 2 months, yeah, you spent $24, but you're also going to get back a $20 Amazon gift card for signing up and having a paid subscription to Buzzsprout. So it's one of those things that you really don't have an excuse as far as money goes to not sign up with Buzzsprout, because you have a free option and then your cheapest option is $12, which you're going to get almost all of that back because you're going to get that gift card after 2 months. So I feel like it's a really great risk-free way to try it and see if a podcast is for you. So I want you guys to tell me, I want you to weigh in. I haven't made a decision yet on what I'm going to do. I haven't decided because I have a very an entrepreneurial spirit. I have a very I want to do a little bit of everything kind of personality. So I want to write a book and I want to have a channel and I want to have a podcast. There's not always time to do all of those things, but I want to just kind of get your all's opinion. If I were to make a podcast, what would you want it to be about? And what would you want me to talk about over there that I don't already talk about on my channel? So that's the first thing I need you guys to talk to me about and kind of get your feedback on. I also want to let you know that I do have a link in the description box. If you want to sign up for Buzzsprout, definitely sign up for their free plan. You don't have to sign up for anything and pay anything right off the bat. Sign up for their free plan. You would get up to 2 hours a month of free podcast time, and look over their podcast 101 section and see, step by step what you would need to do to start your podcast. It's as easy as recording it in your house using a software that probably already is on your computer and putting it out there and kind of trying it. And you never know what's going to happen until you try. I really, really encourage you guys to be creative, have dreams, have goals. It's so important for everybody to have dreams and goals, but especially moms, especially stay-at-home moms, because a lot of times our life is a bubble and our life is all about our kids, which it should be, but it should also be about you. And you should have things that challenge you and force you to be creative and think outside the box and maybe sometimes get outside your comfort zone. Those are all things that you should do to really be fulfilled and happier as a mom and as a wife. So it could be very well a podcast. I mean, who knew a YouTube channel could change my life so much? Maybe a podcast will change my life even more for the better. Maybe it'll change your life even more for the better. But I just really want to encourage you, because a lot of you guys tell me you want to find something to do, but you don't know what to do. or you want to start a channel but you're afraid to be on camera. So a podcast could be exactly what you're looking for, and there is a very easy way to try it out with Buzzsprout. So I will have a link for all of my favorite YouTube channels and podcasts in the description box. I will also have that link for Buzzsprout if you want to sign up for the free plan, or if you want to go ahead and try the $12 plan or one of their other more expensive plans and see how it works and get started on your podcast. And if you do, let me know. I want to join your podcast. I want to subscribe to your podcast and listen to what you have to say, because I am sure that I can learn so much from you guys. Just like I try to help and share my knowledge, I want to learn from you guys as well. So definitely let me know if you end up signing up for Buzzsprout and you start a podcast. Let me know what it is and what the name of it is, so that I can come and find you. So I hope you enjoyed this video and it encouraged you and it motivated you and gave you some people to listen to and to watch on YouTube, and then also kind of encouraged you to think about maybe starting your own podcast. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure if you did, you give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you in the next one.